What is going on? Um, this might be a little different video. I was thinking, what was it, last night? I took some pre-workout. I was going to go to the gym, so I took some pre-workout. And earlier in the day, I graduated that instructor school I was in, and I got home really, really early. And so I went to go take a nap. And I was planning on taking like an hour and a half nap. And for those of you that don't know me, I am a big, big fan of naps. If I could take one every day, I would. So I set my alarm. Well, my alarm didn't go off. I ended up taking like a 3-hour nap. Um, and so I got up, took my pre-workout, headed out to the gym, and realized it was Friday, and the gym here on base closes at 6 on the Friday. So now I have a hell of a nap under my belt, and I'm cranked up on pre-workout. So needless to say, after all that, I didn't go to bed till like 2, 3 o'clock. The wife woke up really, really early that morning for work, and she went to bed early, and the kids went to bed. They all went to bed at a decent time. So I was downstairs for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours by myself. And man, I got to thinking about this YouTube community and where I started in it, and I don't want to say the whole community. I just mean as it affects me. And man, I remember years ago, I don't know if it was 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. I did my first video, and this is after watching like Sictifer and AR Falk 77, Big Fish. Man, who else did I use? I would watch these dudes all the time, man. Who else? There was a nice handful of them. Oh, the King Midas. God darn! And then there's just a ton of dudes that are no longer in the YouTube community. So I was watching them videos, and I remember this was back in the day when the YouTube PMs were a lot easier than they are now. PM'd Chris and asked Chris, I'm like, hey man, I want to send you something. I want to pay my dues. Basically like, yo, let me send you some stuff, and you put my name out there, and we'll get off the floor here. And he wrote me back like, no, dude, that's not how it works. Blah blah blah. Just keep making videos, keep making content, and you'll be fine. And God dang, man, starting to think about all of the dudes that have come and gone that I've considered friends, or maybe not quite friends, but really good acquaintances. Man, there's been some good dudes come through this place. And I'm probably one of the rare ones. I can say I don't think I've ever been burned, man, by anyone in this community. I was just thinking, just kind of reflecting down here by myself about all the buddies that I've met and all the guys that I text, and it's like you can text these dudes at any time over anything. It could be hobby related, it could be a life question, a personal question, political question. What do you think? And it's like the dudes are always there for you. Over the past couple months, I've grown really close to Alan Hardy. And then Michael Phelps, he was there for me my entire deployment. I think the dude wrote me at least every other week, just to see how I was doing. And it's like, man, dude, this is a really special community. It really is. It comes and goes, up and down, but it's awesome, man. Kind of to back it up a little bit, I remember when Brett, Boston Broncos fan, used to do box breaks, and me and Little Maz, and who was it? Card Seeker 111, I think. Steven was in the community. I think he's far out of the community now, but we'd get together like Fridays and Saturday nights, and Brett would be busting boxes. And God dang, man, it seems like 100 years ago, don't it, Brett? Heck, I remember watching Ryan, RBI Crew 7's videos when he was, I think it was just him and Neil were like out of his house or something. They were like just getting their cases together and going to shows, and you always seen Ryan in his videos like in his little office area. And heck, now, man, it seems like them dudes have one of the most successful, excuse me, them dudes have one of the most successful hobby shops, you know, possibly in the nation. That might sound like, oh wow, it's kind of a bit extreme, but man, them dudes, they're doing pretty good, man. I tell Ryan all the time how jealous I am of him, and how he's done what I would love to do. And I'd love to retire out of the military and open up a hobby shop and actually have something that you love to do. You know, flipping through cards all day. I mean, is it really a job if you love it that much? I mean, that's what I definitely would love to do that one day. We'll see if we get there. TTMs have been just incredibly slow, man. It gets like this every year. You go through these spouts, especially during the holidays, and about from here until about the second week, this is in my experience, from about a week before Thanksgiving to about 2 weeks after the New Year, man, Jack, it's kind of slow. And rightfully so. You know, people want to celebrate the holidays, and I'm sure all these athletes, celebrities, war heroes, all this other stuff people write to, man, they don't want to be signing autographs and doing all that jazz for us. So rightfully so, it slows down, but it just makes for tougher videos when I'm not in the card community as much right now. I'm more in the TTM community, so it makes videos kind of hard to come by. But I did get in 3. All 3 of these are pretty sweet. This first one came back in 6 days, signing 3 of 3. This dude is definitely an all-time legend. There we go. Florida State's ex-coach Bobby Bowden. I really like this one. That statue that they put out in front of their stadium. I think that is super sweet. And I actually have a, what is it, Allen and Ginter? I think it's an Allen and Ginter mini I sent him as well. So I expect it, honestly, in the mail any day. I think I mailed it 2 days after I mailed that one. Man, I got the burps like something fierce. We have this place here on base. It's kind of like a Chipotle, same concept, and I've never had it since we've been here, and I had it about 30 minutes ago, and whew, let me tell you, it might be a long time till I have it again. It definitely wasn't on the old diet plan, let me tell you. Got this in. This came back in 8 days. Chris Hamburger, the Redskins linebacker from back in the day, Hall of Fame 2011. 9-time Pro Bowler, and he was named one of the 70 greatest Redskins of all time. Man, that light is terrible. How's that? Not much better. There you go. So really, really happy to get that. I like that a lot. So that came back quick as well. And then this one, I like this a lot, for the Texans PC. I've gotten this guy in before, but I looked through Google Images and found some photos that were taken either of this year or last year when I was deployed. So obviously I'm not printing out pictures and sending TTM off when I'm in the Persian Gulf. So I came across this picture and I really liked it. Came back in 9 days. Texans linebacker coach Mike Vrabel. And I didn't know that this dude was on the Steelers before the Patriots, and I didn't know he went to the Chiefs after the Patriots. All I knew is that he was a Patriot. So maybe that's a fun fact you guys didn't know as well. And then the 3-time Super Bowl champ as well. Woo! Might be time for one of those naps I was telling you about. That burrito's hitting hard. So that's that, guys. Thanks for sticking around on my walking down memory lane and reflection and all that. It's been cool, man. I'm extremely thankful for all the comments I get, all of the PMs I get, the texts, the phone calls. It's awesome. You know, I never would have thought when I was, I'm 33 now, so when I was 24, 25, I would have never ever thought that I would be excited for someone else to get a card. You know what I mean? Like when Michael opens up a big, you know, Clay Matthews card, I'm excited for him, and it's like there's nothing in it for me. I'm just happy for the dude. You know, or seeing old Bradley Claus hook up everyone. Like, who does that, man? I mean, we all send out care packages and all the time, but and there's nowhere else you're gonna see just people sending hundreds of dollars of cards for no reason. I mean, this community is legit, man. It really is. And like I said before, it goes up and down, but for the most part, it's always there. You just have to ride it out in its low points, and I promise you it'll bring you back up. So that's that. Sorry for all the rambling. Just something I was thinking about last night, and I thought it would kind of be a cool video for those guys that have been around, and for the young guys that have been around, you know, maybe just a couple months, and they're like, man, this shit's kind of dead. It'll get better, little buddy, I promise. So, that's it. Till next time, adios. I love you. Peace out.